Okay, first I want to talk about tuning with the capo at the second fret, as we're going to go over some lessons where the capo's at the second fret. And you should know the names of the notes that you're tuning, and you want some kind of chromatic tuner, like this Snark, which I think is a little bit less than $10 on Amazon. Just the basic Snark. They've got more expensive models, but this one's fine. And it'll tune, it's called a chromatic tuner, which means it'll tune any note. Some of the really cheap tuners you get for guitar will only tune the open strings of the guitar. And the problem is, if you're going to use a capo, you'll tune the open strings and you might get them perfect, and then you put the capo on and some of the notes are going to go sharp. Sometimes all of them will. Sometimes just the fifth and sixth strings go sharp. But it's really best to go ahead and tune it with a capo on. So at the second fret, we've got the first string is going to read as an F sharp. And the second string is going to read as a C sharp. And then the third string is A. And then the fourth string is E. And then the fifth string is B. And then the sixth string is going to be F sharp. So I'm going to turn my tuner on here, and say if you're tuning your C sharp string, the second string, and it's sharp like that, it's usually best to tune lower than you need to be and then tune it up to the C sharp rather than tuning it down to the C sharp, because it's better to tighten a screw than to loosen a screw, because if you tune down to the note, it might slip a little bit further. Sometimes it's good to pull the string a little bit and then check it again. And always listen, never tune the tuners without hitting the string and listening to it. And you might even practice just detuning and tuning back up, because you want to learn how to hear it coming up to pitch. And that could be a good ear training to train your ear to hear pitches. But it's always good to hear the note coming up. If you say if it's flat and you're just turning it a little tiny bit at a time, I don't hear any difference. Do you hear any difference? But if you do this, so you're tuning it up to pitch, and the tuner helps a little bit to look at that, but also kind of go by ear and check. You can check the 5th fret method, 4th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret. But it's always good to be able to tune a little bit by ear and not totally rely on a tuner, because it's kind of like, relying on a calculator and never knowing how to do any of the math yourself. It does, you get to where you're just not thinking and you're not really learning the skills. With tuning, it's learning to match pitches and understand pitches. So that's just a few tips on tuning. There are other things, but that's the basics. So again, F sharp, C sharp on the second string, A on the third string, E on the fourth string, B on the fifth string, and F sharp on the sixth string.